This is so bizarre. The inside of what was our tiny home has now become access to the outside. It's so weird seeing it like this.
Last week our concrete pour got delayed due to heat, but this week's looking good. So the folks over at Coverage Contractors are here today prepping everything for the big pour.
They're back. They're getting some rebar laid down back behind us there within the forms. Obviously everything's going to be tied back into the original slab from the original building. And also all the wainscoting is now missing from the bottom of our shop, our little tiny home area. So things are looking really odd. It's going to take some adjusting to get used to things, but we're very excited for the progress to come.
I know who I am, 'cause I know who you are. Cross of salvation was only the start. Now I'm chosen, free and forgiven. I have a future, and it's worth the living. 'Cause I wasn't made to be tending a grave. I was called by name, born and raised back to life again. I was made.
Well, our concrete pour has commenced. We have all kinds of stuff here. We got a concrete truck, a little pump trailer. We have a screed here on site. A screed. The guys are going through right now, filling out what essentially will serve as like stem walls for this concrete slab foundation.
Yeah.
They're gonna do a monolithic pour.
Monolithic.
But all of this is happening first. Then once all that channel is filled in around the perimeter, we'll fill everything else in the center.
Yeah, this is something I learned. A monolithic pour, or I think it just means like one pour,
One
right?
piece.
I've never seen this before. They actually dug down 2 feet to make a channel around the entire perimeter of the build, and then they're pouring that in. So it's kind of like the opposite of a foundation. It goes this way instead of this way, but it provides a bunch of extra support around the perimeter so they can do a slab on grade pour. You see all of the terminology I learned?
Look at you go.
I learned that this morning.
Truck number 1 and truck number 2. So you don't like the smell?
No, I don't like the smell.
I love the smell of fresh concrete. I don't know why.
It smells weird.
It does it for me. It smells like progress and we're doing stuff, getting stuff done.
Or chemical.
It's become a very familiar scent over the years.
Yeah, it has. Okay, now it's fill-in time. So they did the whole perimeter and now they're filling in the whole center and then they'll smooth it out. It reminds me of how my grandma did puzzles. She always made us do the entire outline and then we could fill it in. It's how we were taught to color in the 80s also.
All throughout my history, your faithfulness has walked beside me. The winter storms made way for spring. In every season, from where I'm standing, I see the evidence of your goodness all over my life, all over my life. I see your promises in fulfillment all over my life, all over my life. Help me remember when I'm weak. Fear may come, but fear will leave. You lead my heart to victory. You are my strength, and you always will be. I see the evidence of your goodness all over my life.
I'm coming back into the shop. Let's see how this looks from inside the old tiny home space. Well, it's weird. definitely gives you a sense of exactly how big this space is gonna be. It's a lot of room. I'm actually glad that we're putting this in. It's gonna be a lot of space. We'll provide a great option for the kids down the road. Once they start getting married, having kids, they need a place to stay. We've got them covered.
Well, they continue pouring. I wanted to give you guys a quick wildfire update because I know so many of you guys have been praying for us and writing us, and I appreciate it so much. You probably noticed in the beginning of this video that the smoke is still heavy in the air, especially behind the house. The fire is on that ridge, that mountain behind our home. And so last week it was 1,100 acres. This week it's about 1,800 acres. And now there are some evacuations in place. So there are 3 levels of evacuation. There is ready, which means be listening, be by your phone, start packing what's really important to you. There is set, which means have your animals loaded in the trailer, have everything that you need in your car, and be ready to go at a moment's notice. And then there's go. So last night they put a whole area, 2 whole areas in go mode. So they have to evacuate their homes and their farms. And so we're hoping that the animals and the people, of course, get out safely, but also that they're able to preserve the structures and the farms that the fires are heading towards. So right now winds are relatively calm, but they do expect winds to pick up today and the fires to grow. So please continue praying for our brave firefighters as they try to protect all of the farmlands in our town. And please keep our little town in your prayers. Are they making a floor? Wow. So the square that you see back here is going to be what's inside the walls of the building, and then from there there's going to be 12 feet of patio that wraps this side. And so the fun thing about having a patio poured again, which isn't happening today, but it's happening soon, is this little guy can finally get his hands, or at least his feet, into some concrete here. Because when we did the house patio, Micah wasn't even a twinkle in our eye yet. Or maybe he was a twinkle in my eye. But he doesn't have his hands in the patio, and so we were like, we have to pour something else, and ta-da, new patio.
Still munching on that rice cake there? Mm-hmm. You got that? So pour is complete. Guys are still hanging out, letting things kind of set up, monitoring the curing process, I suppose, right? Maybe a little additional smoothing that needs to happen. So all in all, really quick process. Things, as far as I can tell, went well.
Yeah, I think things looked great. That was really quick.
Very exciting, yeah.
So they're gonna let it set up and they're gonna smooth it out as it dries. We have some demo inside to do the very, very last of it, taking out those walls. However, I don't want to risk getting anything in the concrete, so I think for today we're gonna let that cure up.
A little debris in the concrete, maybe.
So we decided to drive down the road since we're waiting on concrete to cure and check out this fire. There's a tanker back there. You probably can't even make it out from here. But there is so much smoke just down the road, and this fire looks significantly worse. So where our house is positioned right now, it's kind of blocking the magnitude of this. But if we just come right here, there's helicopters, airplanes. So they're using the river to pick up the water. And then they've just been flying all day long. They're hitting this fire really hard from the air. And I think there's about 450 or 500 personnel hitting it from the ground. So please, please pray for them. We love our hotshot firefighters. They are such amazing people. They just dedicate months of their lives away from their family to come fight these fires. And it was way up at the top of that hill, and now it's come all the way down. And like we said, there's those evacuation orders in place, and anticipating more to come. But we're definitely going to keep you guys updated. For now, we're going to just keep an eye on things and get out of the smoke. Okay, I want to take a quick moment to talk to you guys about the sponsor of today's video, and that is Delete Me. It is a sponsor that we get asked about by far more than any other sponsor, and that's because I think we all know that it's so important to keep our digital maps safe online, but a lot of us think it sounds really complicated and we're just not quite sure how to do it. So the truth is, if you're online at all, your information is at risk because there's something called data brokers out there that scour the web, and they will use public information sites, government sites, and even your own social media, and they will collect things like your name, your address, your past addresses, even your family members, and then they package it all up and they create a profile on you, and then they will sell it to companies that want to advertise to you, other data brokers that will then go on to sell it to more places, and even scammers. Now, when we first signed up for Delete Me over 4 years ago, they found our information on hundreds of different websites. I thought I had taken care of it because I knew about things like People Finder, and I had called and had all of our information removed, but there were so many websites that I had never even heard of. There's literally no way to find all the different sites that are selling your information or having it out there for just public display. So the cool thing about Delete Me is they proactively go out and they search all the different websites that have your information, and then they request that it's removed on your behalf. And then they continually scan the web to make sure that your information doesn't pop up again. It literally couldn't be any easier to clear your private data offline with the help of Delete Me, and we have personally trusted them for over 4 years. They are the best. All you have to do is click the link down below or go to joindeleteme.com/GSL, and when you do, make sure you use our code GSL. That's going to save you 20%.
Slightly.
Hasn't looked like that since before we moved here.
Yeah, so this is exciting and everything, but I do not like change. I don't like when things look out of place. It makes me uneasy.
I always say that's really good news for me. Jeremy does not like change.
Why is it good news for you?
Because then you're not going to swap me out for like a newer, improved model. You just, the old truck works.
I get it. I know what I said, it does make me a little uneasy to see everything being torn out once again, but it's part of the process, and because of that, it is exciting. So the guys from Coverage are back here doing a little bit of framing, actually a lot of framing, of these 14-foot walls here on the addition portion of this build. Our concrete has cured sufficiently to get some framing done. Melissa's excited about it.
I am excited about it, because if it were us framing the walls, it would take a lot longer. They were like, we're going to frame the walls today. And then I was like, today? And then they were like, yes. So all of the walls, well, at least
it's a great reenactment.
Exterior, it's exactly how the conversation went. The exterior walls will all be framed, I think, today, which is incredible. It would take us a month to do that.
Yeah, they're faster than we are. Like I said, these are 14-foot walls. I don't think we could stand these up.
No, I don't think so. You know, we still have to frame out all the interior walls and then finish out this entire building, right?
I'm aware, but for now, coffee.
Enjoy it now, because the work's about to begin.
Here?
To the pier.
Do you see anybody there? It's sketchy.
Okay, purlins are going on, which means they are getting very close to raising these walls. They are so quick. So this section of the build is different from the tiny home inside the shop. When we put in the shop, we never intended for it to be anything but a shop. And so when we put in the tiny home, it was a traditional post build, meaning that there were posts every 8 feet. And so for the outer walls, in order to drywall and insulate, we had to frame out all of the little exterior walls within the post. This build, or this section of the build, is being framed just like traditional construction. So this is all going to be stick framed with the top and the bottom plate, and so we don't have to actually frame out the exterior walls at all.
I've been crazy not to fall. I've been waiting for so long. Well, if you feel like heaven, if you feel like heaven.
I've been crazy not to fall.
I've been crazy not to fall.
I've been waiting for so long.
Well, if you feel like heaven, so if you feel like
So what do you think, Kaimani?
This helps me get like a better picture of where everything's gonna be and like how big it's gonna be.
I think we need to put multiple children in this. How about all the kids move in
No,
here?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Baby Micah
No.
could be a good roommate.
He's gonna split the rent?
Could pay you in cookies.
It looks so long now. Actually, like we're building an ark here on the property.
If you build it, they will come.
Oh,
Oh wait, that's a ballpark. That's not the ark. 2 by 2. Widow, find you a wife.
well, wall number 3 looks like it's totally framed up, and they're about to get it raised, set in place. Remember when we dropped the wall building the house?
Yes.
Imagine if that happened with this wall, how catastrophic that would be.
That wall had all the sheeting on it too, so that's what made it extra heavy. That was scary.
All right, and there we go. Very busy day around here. We have 3 new walls making up this new living space that we're putting in here. The shop looks insane. It is so much longer than it was. I'm looking at it from different vantage points, just trying to get used to it. A lot of change has been happening, like we mentioned. So a few days from now, the guys are going to be back to set trusses. We should have a roof at that point. They said shortly after the trusses, they're slapping metal on this thing. So in a very quick period of time, we should be totally dried in here in the middle of summer, which is good news.
Yeah, very, very crazy. So as far as the fires and the weather go, we are under a red flag warning. And so as a precautionary measure tomorrow, the power company is going to be shutting off power to our entire area. So we have some prepping to do because we won't have any water or power. We definitely need to start talking about getting
Backup power.
alternate
I
backup
know,
power.
it's on the list.
Because every time this happens, our well doesn't work. So we need to make sure that we get all the animals taken care of. And also, it has been so smoky. Our kids haven't been able to go outside and play, ride bikes, ride horses, go in the play area.
It's been gross.
Especially baby Micah, because he's only 15 months old and we don't want his lungs out here in the smoke. So maybe tomorrow with no power and all the smoke, we try to get them out of it.
I love it.
It makes my heart so happy to be building our own community in this place that was once just an empty field, full of questions and doubts and hopes for what could be. Our little family is now changing so rapidly that my mind can barely keep up with it. And days like today are so precious because still we are one family unit. But I know that all of that is going to change in what will feel like a blink. People that we don't even know yet will join our family. Babies will be born, and those that have always been constant might be gone. And our strong single unit is going to become 6. Maybe some will go, but also some may stay. And for today, The most beautiful view in the whole world is my front porch looking in. But one day, maybe it'll be my front porch looking out at the same piece of land. In today's world, that will make some people uncomfortable. And sometimes the noise of those telling us that we're doing things wrong can get really loud. But as I get older, I realize that we should stop seeking validation from a world that hated a perfect man. Because we could never be as wise or as good as he is. But he loves us anyway. And the only way to know peace is to worry less about what others think of us and instead focus on what he thinks.